Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. I've also got Belt down here that is being brought along and connected up. We're not yet bringing any ore from down the bottom over to here. We're still waiting on that to be completed. But what we do have is a load of ore being brought down this way. Plus, we've got that, but that still hasn't gone any further than that. So we've got 3 belts. These are starting to extend a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, 3 belts all the way through, back to here, and then that bit we're still waiting on as well. Now, turn the belts off. Yeah, okay. Turn those belts off. I'll leave that for the construction bots. I'm not going to change that at all. I'm not going to attempt to do it myself. I'm going to run up to the other patch a minute. So back into this bit now. I've actually got full coverage on this. If we look on here and we go like that, I've got complete 100% coverage already on here, so I don't need to worry about stepping out of line anywhere as far as the who's-me-call-its down here, the roboports. As far as they're concerned, I am not going to be stepping out of line. I got a huge amount of ore there being disposed of. I got 400 belts on the way. So let's turn my robots on and let them go out. They're going to go and they're going to put a few down there, and they're going to put the rest of the belts in here as well. So we will be able to get this lot up and running, which is great. That's what I want. I want it up and running. So I'll come back over to here. And I'll put that one up in there, because there's hardly anything on that bit. And then I will just quickly pick those up and drop that one in there. And then, again, I've hardly got anything on that either. I mean, how many belts have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6 going in there. So then I'll leave the rest of these. So that I can pick up. Like that. I think I just picked up Logibot. No, I didn't. I thought I picked up some Logibots. I did not pick up any Logibots. And then you can go up this way, over there like that, and plonk that one out. Now you, here, actually got 2 of those. Right in there. And I've got... Let me just get rid of this. I can't see what's going on underneath there with the belts. Wow. The trees, they do get right in the way, don't they? They are a bit of a pain sometimes, the way that they get into the way they get in the way. So you there, you can lift out, and that is all. Power has now been disconnected. So let's put that up there, and then make sure that we've also got some redundancy on this by chucking another one up there somewhere. That'll help keep that running. And then there's the belts going into here. I'm not going to worry about belts on the back of this. I've still got 400 belts here. I got plenty. So I've got nothing to concern myself with. You can go out there. So now what do I got? I got 1, 2... Oh, wait. I've got to put in some extra drills in here. I got 1 there, and 1 there, just to fill in all of that. No more mining drills are required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 belts are in place up here, which means that those need to be brought down in much the same way as I did the bits down the bottom end. So we will bring that down like that, and then bring it out that way. And then you will do that, and then I will go out over here, and I'll put you down there, and I'll move you forward 1 more so that I'm not side-loading onto a splitter, because I'm not sure if that actually works. It probably does. It's probably not anything that I need to be in the least bit concerned about, but just in case, you never know. And you're going to go to there like that. So you're going to go there like that, and then that one is going to go there, and it's going to go that way, and then this one is going to go there like that. And then you are going to go up to that one, and then you are going to run down there that way. And then we go 1, and 1, 2. And we bring a belt there, and a belt to there. Then on this side, that belt will go straight down to there. This one will go up that side, and run down there. And then this is the final belt, so that one will go up there, and run over there. Okay. That is that entire patch. It is all patched in. There is one bit of belt right there that is waiting for a construction bot. I'm going to manually drop it in anyway. And that will allow all of that to feed in through... Why are you stopped? There's another one there that is waiting. There is a construction bot on its way with a piece of belt right there. But it is definitely a piece of belt that it's waiting for, you can see. Nothing unusual has happened under there. It's just not there yet. So it's waiting on that bit of belt. Isn't it? Yes. It is waiting on a belt. It's a shadow print on there. Right. So we don't need to concern ourselves with that one in the slightest. That's all now joined in. I got 400 belts on here. I'm going to turn my robots off a minute. So let them just go out here and put down a few of these belts, and then they will come back to me. And I want to do that just so that I can head down this way. Let them go in there. I want to do that so that I can head down here. Okay, he was coming towards me, and then he ran off and decided to go elsewhere. They're heading up to go and place things down. These will be on their way as well. There is a corner down here that I want to put in place. If I get that corner done, then that's literally everything joined in. That is every single copper patch fully connected, all joined in. The only thing that we're waiting on is the belts to be actually fully made, and then all joined in. So that's not going to take as long as you'd think. Like, we are getting through these at a pretty reasonable pace. I'm quite impressed with just how fast all of the belts and everything are actually being made. So then I'll drop that into there like that. That bit is now connected up. I've got 378 belts on me, which are not enough to do a great deal, but that's all I'm going to need. Let's pull that one out of there. I'm waiting on completion. And that one down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along and I'm going to manually run a line down here. The bit up there, I'm not going to bother manually running anything for that. But I will manually run a little bit of this all the way down through so that we've got more copper coming from the top. At least, yeah, then we've got copper coming from every single patch, and it's making its way round to the base. It's got a long way to go. Right? It goes out from here. I mean, it will be from up that one as well. And then it goes all the way down here. And then all the way back over to here. And then there. And then the robots pick it up. And they distribute it to wherever they feel that it needs to be distributed. And this bit down here is just a line of roboports. So we've just got our usual cloud down here. Various robots doing everything that they need to do. We've got this beautiful, great big long line of stuff coming in here, which is working really well, actually. That's actually doing really, really awesomely. It's all coming in through. The stone is being picked up as quickly as we possibly can. It's not actually being picked up that fast, and it's not a power situation anymore. It's not a power problem that we've got anymore. And incidentally, did you... Oh, it's still 12.4. I don't think that's gone up. Not yet. But yeah, that's actually working really well. This divider that we've got here, that seems to be a pretty good move. But I am wondering if this would have worked better if I'd put 2 belts on there. If I was to move that down by 1 space, or move the splitters back up by 1 space and add in some extra belt, would that improve the way this works? I don't know, but that might be worth investigating. We'll have a look when we get all the way back down to the bottom. We'll have a look and see if we can do anything with that. So I want to travel over here, and I want to start on this side. I'm going to do it on this side of the main belt, which is the side that we've been working on previously. I'm only going to do 1 belt all the way back through, because there's quite a long way for us to travel. So I just want to make sure that I have actually got enough to be able to do this. So we'll bring you over to there, and then we will start heading this way. I've got 3 lines that come out of there, but then they split out and they go up onto this bit up here. And then we get over to here. So this is the bit where I've got like a really, really long way to travel. So long as I just stay running along, we should be alright to do it. But it is a really, really long way. Like, it's... When you're zoomed out on the map, you don't really kind of appreciate just how vast a distance we're now covering with everything we're doing, which is why if we do start to cover this kind of scale of area in our next series, I will be using a hovercraft type thing of some kind that will not only allow us to fly over everything, but will also allow us to move at a reasonable speed, because I don't want to do everything at a sedate crawl. It gets a bit dull. Right? It does get a little bit dull and tedious after a while. All the way down there, and I've got 174 left. I have not got enough belts to do a double line across everything, but what I have got now is everything is joined in. Right? Literally everything. Let's get rid of that one and then have a look in here. I've now got a belt that is connected from here all the way round the entire thing. It's going into there. It will mix that up a little bit. And it comes all the way over there. It's going to travel down to here. And this is already connected in properly. And that then will go on its merry all the way round the whole system and join into here. This down this side, I've only got 3 on here up to this point. So what I'm thinking next is I will do 4 onto there. I'm going to travel down there because these are running quite slowly. So if I was to put 4 onto there, that would speed that up a little bit. I mean, it's not that slow. For the most part, these are pushing out through. But yeah, I think that could be a good thing. So let's go for a little bit of a mosey on down to the bottom. It's a long way to go now. Actually, I don't know if it's faster to run on top of the belts here or to run on the concrete over there. I don't think... I mean, if the belt was on concrete, then yeah, that would be faster all round. But doing it this way, I don't know that there's a lot in it, to be honest. I've gone past all of the splitters and everything further up, and we just come down to the corner right here, and this is the point where I want to start adding an extra line in. So we've got 4 lines running in here. So I'll go up to that bit right there and add that one in. So there's not very many along this bit that I've got to connect together. There are a few still. And then up to there. Just want to double check that that is actually... So I've only... Like, the side loaders on here are just doing those 3. But then it does run through that one. Now, I suppose, really, if I was to add in some extra side loaders on here, that would help mix things out a little bit. So I could do that. And I'll do every other one. Oops. Okay, I definitely didn't mean to do that. Or... Yeah. There. Right. Put that out like that. And then, yeah, I'll do one more there like that. That's going in, like, it's blending it in quite a bit further into the entire track, which is good. That's what we want. And then we come down over here. So I wanted 4 tracks on this, didn't I? Put that onto there. And now I'll just run all the way along here, keeping this on 4. And, yeah, that's going to just chase us down. So it is. So long as I've got it, like, following up to that point, everything else will be fine. And that's bringing me some belts. I've got several robots that will be bringing me some belts. But I'm going to ignore them for a minute. I want to get over to the solid part that we've already just about completely finished. Which is right there, actually. Robots are going to disappear off. Now I got to do another big, long run. Now, robots are able to actually catch up with me while I'm on the fast transport belts, or the express belts, rather. They didn't used to be able to do that. So the speeds that we've increased robots by these days are quite substantial. Right? They are able to move a lot faster than they used to be able to, which is a good thing. And have you noticed that this is still dropping? The signal display bit on there is still dropping. I don't know if we are going to be able to fully recover our FPS. Like, are we going to be able to bring that? If I can get that down to below 100,000 robots, is that going to recover our FPS? Or is it more a situation of once you've lost it, it's there and it's gone because there's still sort of counting robots somewhere? I don't really know. But I mean, at the moment, look, we're above 30. We're getting above 30 on this. So... with the fact that I've got a more powerful computer now, but I've also moved to 4K, so it's kind of offset that. So we're not a lot different than we were before, by the look of it. And may have gained a little bit, but this is actually kind of a good thing because I mean, yeah, I will admit I was disappointed. I will admit I was disappointed. I was hoping that I would gain like 10 frames or something, but no, that was not to be. It was not to be, sadly. We are stuck with much the same frame rate that we had before. I'll bring you over to here, and we'll run up through this way like this. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think, well, actually, that's not too bad a thing, because what it's going to mean is we're still kind of running on a par with what we were doing before, so we can really see whether all of this stuff we've been doing is going to make any significant difference. Are we going to be able to get it so that we've got the frame rates dropping enough that we're able to change things up? Because look, in here, I've still got robots coming over here, disappearing into these robo ports, and then being side-loaded out and dumped into these. All right, I got a whole load of them in here now. I got a lot of robots dumped in there. There is a lot of them in there, which is absolutely fantastic. We can keep them running into there, so they're bringing up the coal. That's still flowing, is still working. They're bringing that coal up and they're dropping that in there. Something that I have made a mistake on that I did not realize was on here. I changed those over to passive provider chests and not push chests, the active provider chests, because I was under the impression that if you were to put those in there, no, I don't know how, storage 4 of 48, yeah, it's 2,000 per stack in there, so yeah, there's no chance of them actually filling up. I was under the impression, ooh, one of them's actually, there we go, look, we got one going. I was under the impression that if that was filled up, then it would stop the rockets from launching. It doesn't actually do that. If you don't have anywhere for those science packs to go, then the rocket doesn't launch. The rocket does launch, the science packs disappear, they vanish. So what you've got to do is you've got to put some wire, you've got to do a little bit of clever wiring, and you just got to basically put some conditions in. So say that one doesn't load if there are X amount of, if there's something in there, or this one doesn't, you know, something along those lines, because it won't launch without that satellite going into it. So that's what you need to do. You need to get the satellite into it rather than doing it any other way. If you get the satellite in there, if that satellite is in there, then the rocket goes. This rocket right here that we're looking at, that one's got a rocket on board. It's got a satellite on board, rather. That rocket that we're looking at has got a satellite on board. So let's see if we can follow this one up like that on the map. How far will it go before it disappears? I wonder if I can follow that. I see. It just kind of fades out of existence as it goes up across. Right. Anyway, I've got... There's still 3 lines on there. The reason I was looking here is because I'm waiting for that 4th line to come all the way down through. And there it is. It is on its way. And that will keep going in there. And then I've got everything else going in here. I've got 1,000. I've got 11 more on the way. 7 on the way. That is 1,000 belts on there. And there we have 1,000 belts on me. And that is all I need. Oops, I didn't actually mean to do that. Set that back down. But I will be carrying 300. I think 300 is about right. And then I got 100 each of these. I don't need any more of those anymore. I did previously have 50 each of those, and I may get rid of some more at some point. Now I will turn my robots back on, and they will faithfully go out, and they will dump down most of these belts into this corner section right here, which would actually be quite cool. If we can fill up most of this, because I've already got, like, just if I get this little bit right here filled up, I've already got all of that done all the way back to there, and then I could always run back and just manually get all of that placed in. And then I've got a big section of belts coming through, which might speed things like this. They're going to get more copper coming back. That's all it is. I'm just sort of thinking about how much copper we can get coming back. Now, I've still got all of those. Those have obviously got construction robots on their way. So now I run down here and I get these placed in. And then I think I'm not going to worry too much about these for a minute. The main focus I've had for a little while has been getting the copper back. I want the copper back here so that it will all be made, and then in turn they will use the copper to go and finish making all of this lot. This lot is now underway. Like, I've got several made up there. I've also got several of these made in here in the middle. There's a lot more now manufactured than we had previously. Like, I've got a lot of this now coming online that was not online before. Right, there is a lot. I got 13 gigawatts of power on there. That's definitely, so we're getting there with that as well. That is slowly improving. I just run forward a little bit and just drop those in. How many are going in? That's it. Right, construction bots will deal with the rest of that. I don't need to, and there's the bit of copper on its way over there underneath that bit there. See? 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 I'll leave the rest. Yeah, so the next stage that I want is after this one has all run through and all of those bits, I'm going to kind of hang around a little bit and just wait for that fourth line to come up just to see how it does up over here. But the next big thing that I want to do is I want to go back to building this up here. I want the science packs to be built. We need more science packs coming in. At the moment, my big problems with the science, if I go in here and I have a look, I got 71,000 space, I got 119,000 utility. Science is actually doing really well apart from production. Chemical science is probably the second biggest issue. Space science is not going to be a problem. But chemical science is a bit slow, but it's that one, production science. And that is down to the railway lines. So we will be working on getting those up and running next as soon as this has made its way up to there. There goes the copper. Going underneath the belt. Into this bit. It's all very jolly exciting stuff. And out it goes. That means that we're now spreading out ever so slightly further. And we're going to be putting stuff into more chests, which in turn means that we should be getting more copper coming off of here and heading off into the rest of the base. At least this is what I'm hoping. Now, looking down here, these seem to be picking up quite quickly. They're picking up all of the materials quite quickly on there. We've got no shortage of power at the moment. We seem to be doing just fine with that, although we will see on our next night. But right here, they do seem to struggle a little bit keeping this properly clear. So I'm thinking that it would actually be better if I was to move that lot down by one space. So I'm going to go over there and I'm going to do that now. And if that seems to be right, we may end up doing that because I've got another one of those up here, haven't I? That is also doing one layer. Although we don't have anywhere near as much stone coming in off of this. But I still think a little bit of a reserve. So moving them down a little bit would be better. So we'll go and sort that out. We want to go over to this one over this side first and deal with that one. And then once I've moved that one a little bit, we can then go and move the one at the top. And that way, if we do decide that we want another one, we've got a simple copy paste that we can use. Copy in a new section and deal with that. The other thing that I wanted to do, it's quite quiet. I think still placing stuff down. I'm just running at the moment. It's quite quiet anyway. I think I'll alter the sounds ever so slightly a minute. I've put the overall game sounds up. And yeah, that's a bit better. I can hear that. Alright, now it sounds like I'm putting stuff down. I sound like I'm doing things when I'm doing them, which is a slight improvement. That is one thing that I would like. Yeah, the other thing that we want to change is this down here. Now, I've got those. I've got a limit of 5 satellites on each of these. And we've got another satellite there waiting. So we've got no shortage of parts for the satellites. That's doing absolutely fine. And then in here, we do have a shortage. We've got a shortage of low-density structures coming in, which would be not because of plant. Well, that would be copper. Copper would be the problem on there. But we've got these. Now, I can't limit these if I limit them, like the only way that we can limit the science packs coming in is if I limit the rockets going out, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put down active provider chests on all of these. Put back the active provider chest that I originally took off of this. This one can go there, and I want to go up here, and I can reach that one. There's that one coming in, and then I've got one that I want to put there, and now I need to make a couple of extras. Actually, I don't need loads extra, do I? I just need a few extra just to do these bits over here. So I've got one over there that I want to place in, and if I can reach it. I can't reach it from here. Oh, I know where I can reach it from. I go up to the top, don't I? And then I come down here. There, right, that's good. We can reach everything in this little pad in there. So I drop that in, and that is going to force the robots to come in and do that. And yeah, now I can hear it roaring away. Now I can hear it roaring away. We got 996 in there, so they've been taking a few of them out. Away he goes. Right, you're absolutely fine. Let me know if the sound levels are off at all. I've mentioned this before. Yeah, if they're not quite right, then do let me know, and I will see what I can do to correct them. I think it's actually up there, isn't it? That's the bit that I'm heading for, is up here. Yeah, up there. That's the bit that I want to correct. Right up here. And going up close to this lot, this is hunting down my frame rate a little bit. Look at them all. This is brilliant. One problem that we do have is that we've got a shortage of steel. We're going to need to get some more steel production. Actually, the steel is now come. Wait, let's search it. Steel, 20k steel plate. So it's still dropping. Steel plate is actually dropping. We have an issue with steel plate. Now I want to have a look down here. I've got 4 lanes of copper all the way along here. Wow. I'm never going to stop being amazed at just how long this thing is. Like, just how far we have traveled with everything that we have made. It is quite phenomenal, the distances that we've covered with all of this. Those are all still being made. Don't need to worry about them. Now, the other thing that I want to do is want to have a look in here. We are sucking up juice from our accumulators. We're using up the stuff from the accumulators. At the moment, the accumulators now seem to have enough in reserve, although we don't know yet. We kind of want to wait until the night is finished and just see if that is going to come back up. It's going to be pretty close, I think. We're down to a quarter. I think normally you expect that to have started coming up before this reaches 25%. And we're now below 25% on the total storage, so it means that we are still going to be in a bit of a bind on this. We'll do some more accumulator squares once we've got the power plant, because we're now up to 13.3 gigawatts, which is helping. We got no power coming in, or max output 60 kilowatts. Oh, that's off of one of them. That's why. That's off of one of them. Nothing coming from our solar panels yet, and accumulator charge is dropping. There we go. Right. Solar panels are kicking in at less than 10% on the accumulator charge, which is not good. That's not really very good, is it? One thing I would like to see is, rather than it giving us an individual one, I'd like to see, when I mouse over here, what is the total capacity? Energy capacity, 5 megajoules. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1 million minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.